All right, so we're out on our third day of shooting in the northern Serengeti with Thompson Safaris, and we've got a Cape buffalo right up here. Haven't seen these guys yet. They can be nasty, nasty individuals. He started up on a rock and now he's moved down into some tall grass. Really beautiful scene. Our goal today, maybe some cheetahs. No idea the sheer numbers that we would see of animals. Check this scene out.
Amazing.
So as we were making our way along this kind of grassy plains area, we spotted 3 lions up in the grass, beautiful. They made their way down to this kind of creek, and I don't know, maybe a dozen, 10 more lions were down in there, all females and younger ones, and now we're waiting to see if they come back up out of this ravine so we can get some shots. This grass back here is just gorgeous, and the light, this African light for hours in the morning and evening is fantastic as well. Sun sets around 6, doesn't come up until after 6, close to 7, so we don't have a ton of hours, but as I said, this kind of golden hour, nice light really seems to last. Here's the situation. We got a male and female lion over here. We've got to watch them mate twice. It's pretty exciting. And there's actually another pair way up on the hill back behind us. But I take this opportunity to show how these vehicles are set up. We've got these little bean bags here that we can rest on. You're not going to use a tripod inside these vehicles, and as I've told you before, you don't get out because, well, there's a lion over there. You don't do things like that. I'm shooting with the Sony A7R, the Sigma adapter, and the Sigma 150-600 Contemporary. That's the more normal sized one. This is where I love to use back button focus because the female lion is just laying out in the open. She's not moving really, just kind of waiting for nice poses, nice looks, maybe a yawn, and taking focus away from your shutter button so that you're not focusing each time you take a picture is great because I've got my focus and now I just want to be able to take a shot at that split second where something excellent looks happen. And I also have my camera on the highest frame rate possible, which with the Sony is not terribly high, but again, if there's a nice yawn, it's going to give me a better chance of trying to capture that. So if we're keeping count, we're up to 5 times now. This one just happened. They're so close. They're right there. We've barely moved. Let them walk around us. It's just fantastic. They don't really care about us. Now it's time to go back and get some lunch.
And we weren't the lion's lunch. Look at that.
Jumbo zebra. All right, we've had a nice lunch. I want to talk about the food for a minute because here we are in the middle of the Serengeti. They made me vegetarian homemade lasagna. And then for dessert, we had ice cream. Now, again, let me just repeat. We're in the middle of the Serengeti and we had ice cream. It's a little decadent, a little outrageous, but so delicious. Now, I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite things to do when we are headed in and out in these vehicles is just to stand here and get this 360 panorama. It's comfortable, it's beautiful, and I just feel like I should take in every moment that I'm here. So we had lunch, a little break, and a hot tip on possibly a cheetah. Might be difficult to find and see, but down by the river, there's been a cheetah sighting. We're headed that way now. The guides are conferring, trying to figure out where this elusive cheetah is. Guess what we found? This cheetah. He's just laying right there. So we're still watching one very sleepy cheetah. Check out everybody watching him in their lenses. Cheetah update 10 minutes later. He's rolled over twice, yawned twice. He's super cute. Oh, he licked his paw for a minute.
Fish. Nice way to end the day.
I'm struggling a little to kind of convey what we're seeing and doing on these trips because I've watched nature documentaries. You probably watch nature documentaries.
That's what we're trying to
and it's
get.
pretty amazing, but it pales into comparison to being here, to riding in these vehicles across the plains and seeing giraffes, elephants, wildebeests, baboons, monkeys, rhinos, cheetahs, lions mating. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's all right there. It's a great way to wrap up day 3. Tomorrow's a move it day. We're gonna do some morning shooting and then we gotta move it to a new camp.
Jumbo Jumbo! Jumbo Jumbo! How was the day? Amazing! 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 Cool.
Good early morning. Day 4. We are up really early. It's a little bit before 6 and we're gonna head out for an early morning. Kumbi, we're headed out because we hope that there's some other different animals active early in the morning.
Yeah,
What do we?
we are trying to find cheetah and leopard. Mostly leopard, yeah.
I think let's stay here for a few.
Okay.
Thank you, Kumbi. Leopard. Seeing this guy rounds out our top 5. Leopard, lion, elephant, Cape buffalo, and rhino. It's pretty amazing. The guides are telling us that people go years between seeing the rhino. So what we've seen in the last 4 days is not normal. He's looking at those guys. There's those are the
Oribis.
Oribis.
That is what it's looking.
The leopard is checking out some potential prey that's walking by just on the other side of our vehicles. Come off the rock. He's down in some grass now, and it really so nicely illustrates how awesomely camouflaged these guys are. When you take your eyes away from him and then go to look for him again, it takes you a minute to find him. It's pretty amazing. Camera, practical advice here. We're all shooting with longer lenses. Most of us 150 to 600 lenses. First important thing to me is making sure my shutter speed is fast enough that I'm not blurring these images from that focal length. So remember that rule of your shutter speed should be 1 over your focal length. So if we're out at 600 millimeters with a full frame camera, should be shooting at least at 1/600th of a second. Now we've got them stabilized on these bean bags here, which helps. So you can play with that. And times like this where he's just hanging out, gives us time to shoot, check a shot, shoot, check a shot. You can see if you can get that shutter speed a little bit lower because it's fairly low light and overcast right now. So we are battling that ISO, trying to keep it from getting too high. But first thing I think about in this case is shutter speed. Aperture, I'm opening it as wide as the lens will allow because again, I want that ISO to be fairly low. I'm hitting 2,000, 2,500. Sometimes the sun breaks through the clouds a little bit better and you can see a little bit better. But that's what we're up to right now. Day 4. Here's the situation. We've left the leopard behind and now we are headed to another crossing. Kumbi's doing some awesome driving. Check it out. These drivers slash guides are awesome. And these Land Rovers are awesome. What's that whole little... Oh, mongoose. But we don't... Yeah, a little family of mongoose we're going by. We have a crocodile that's just hanging out just below where these guys are crossing. This could be gruesome.
Oh baby, oh baby. Oh yeah.
Got him?
Ah.
Got him.
Get it, baby?
Oh, he's got the bigger one.
Oh, the bigger one, yeah.
Oh!
Oh, you got the bigger one, yeah. Oh, and baby's right there. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, you got the bigger one. You got the bigger one.
It's intense to watch. He was hanging out right next to him for so long. Some of them had some second thoughts about crossing after that, but they've started again. They follow each other, and as they get swept downstream, they just kind of follow that and just really don't do anything. He's going after another?
Yeah, you see the baby?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's going after another. He dropped the first one he killed, and now he's going after another. Shiloh, right there. The only thing that's in the water.
Oh!
I missed it.
There goes another one.
That one that's floating down.
Greedy crocodile going after another. After this, we are headed across the river into Kenya. No passport required. It's just crazy. It's just so different from anything I've experienced before, and I love it. Welcome to Kenya. Here we are, crossing through those wildebeests was amazing. I'm looking forward to putting together a 360 video of some of these shots because it's just unreal. It's very difficult, I think, on video to capture the expanse we're looking at. The numbers of wildebeests dotting the plains. I'm looking at several thousand wildebeests right now. We drove through several thousand more. 10,000 wildebeests within sight, I think, is not an exaggeration. Having fun at the marker of Kenya and Tanzania border. All right, as we're starting to get ready to leave this northern Serengeti camp, I thought it'd be interesting to show you how we keep all of our gear charged. Now, we can keep it charged in the vehicles, but when we're back, we want to be reviewing our images. Here's the gear tent. I got Mark and Steve in here currently. And just a few cords, just a few, and they're running a generator to power all this, and they do that for a couple hours each day so we can keep things charged and check our images out. Let's talk briefly about the awesome dude who just runs this place and the service. I've been to fancy restaurants, I've been to fancy hotels, stayed at fancy hotels. Not a lot, but enough to know what good service is. What these guys do out here in the middle of nowhere, it blows my mind. The food, the level of service, the friendliness. They knew my name the moment I stepped off that vehicle when I first arrived, and all of them have greeted me my name every time they've seen me. It's just nice, and it doesn't feel fake. You know, some people feel fake, like they're just in it for the tip or something. These are genuinely nice, good, friendly people, and it's been fantastic staying with them. Hussein, thank you very much for everything. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Asante sana.
Okay.
Asante sana.
And that's goodbye to the northern camp. We're on our way south, and we'll be back with more. Beautiful, so gorgeous. Seeing this guy rounds out our top 5. Oh, camera just went funny. Dang it. There it goes. Goes back.